John Barrasso shows up. The entire leadership. And no one tells me because they're afraid that I'm going to be nervous. The entire Republican Senate leadership walks into the room. Mitch McConnell folds his arms like I'm doing right now and says, I hear you have something to tell me. What is it? And I said, sir, unless you do something right now, Donald Trump is your nominee and he will get elected president. There's not a single vote in the cast, no Iowa, no New Hampshire, where Trump is rising and rising in the polls. And this was their wake-up call that it was working. And they didn't do enough. And it was too late. Donald Trump is a phenomenon. Donald Trump is we've never had anything like him, and we never will.
So, by 2014, the Republicans were ready to embrace Donald Trump, and some independents moved in the same direction. So, what did go wrong prior to 2014? So, it's clearly we're seeing now the decline of the political system to party system. So, when did it go wrong? Because there were many moments where people talked about, this is we probably need a party, we have to change this and that. But now we are, deep down in this, just in this swamp, political swamp. So 2014 was already the moment where you, the only one or just one of very few great experts that could read the minds of people and could smell the trouble. So when did it start? So 2000, that's the presidential elections you're talking about?
Yes.
So the Florida recount?
Yes.
Okay, tell us.
5 weeks. It went on, and no one knew who was president. And 1/3 of the Democratic Party never gave George W. Bush the respect that he had been actually elected president. They thought that the election had been stolen, and they were bitter, and they never forgave him. They never accepted him as their president. And then we had another close election in 2004.
Decline.
Surrounded by angry people, I get angry. If I'm surrounded by people who are depressed, I get depressed. For some reason. Because we were heading towards the conditions that gave us Donald Trump just 2 years later. And my company was for sale right then. And Molly correctly indicated that I was getting ready to give up. And the owner of my company